week 2 in our series. Last week we talked about our boosters and these little magical bottles. I mean, they're small, but you literally just need a few drops of these boosters, and these are done by very specific concerns for your skin. And tonight we're going to talk about some products that are a little bit more overall for age fighting and benefits for all skin types, and what those benefits are. And these are some things that I have put into my routine since they've launched, all within, I believe, the last year or less, because I believe that our wrinkle limiter came out last fall. And then our retinol was launched, our new retinol. And then our barrier restore was launched. So if you are watching on YouTube or even here on Zoom, we would love to know, what's your greatest skincare concern? Tell us what that is and put that in the comments. We'll come back and make sure we make a recommendations or address that for you so that we can be sure to give you some of those answers. But I've added these things to my routine, and I was telling some of the gals, I sent it out to my clients today in email. Lately, I've had conversations with people, and I've been with some people, and they're all younger than me, and I knew that, but they've been talking and the age came up, and they all kind of referenced that I was their age. And I was like, I'm not going to tell them otherwise, but I know that I'm probably at least 5 years older than them, if not a little bit more. But people don't know or don't really guess. And so I will take that, right? And we would all love that compliment, right? And being able to do that. So I want to tell you what I've put into my routine lately that I think has made a little bit of a difference. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen because I've got a great little presentation for you so that you can see that. Oh, I have too many things open. We're going to go with this one, but it doesn't look like it's going to work. Hmm. Wow, I just did this last week and now it's being strange. So we're going to try this again. Um, I don't know. We'll see if that works later. Okay. Maybe I'm not going to share my screen. For some reason, my form of Zoom tonight on this computer looked different when I logged in. And now it seems that some of my features are not working. But we can talk about it. Oh, wait, now it looks better. We're going to try it again. There it is. Look at that. Can you see it? I'm going to say it loud. Okay. So you can see it. So this is our skincare edition, and just ready to kind of level up your skincare. And what we're going to talk about tonight is what I use in my routine and what some of the new pieces are. And I'm going to let some of the other gals share what their experiences as well. But while we're talking tonight about enhancers for your skin and kind of supplements and serums, I will tell you that good skin starts with a great and simple skincare system first. We can put all the lotions and potions on our face that we want to, but if we're not washing our face and using a great moisturizer, all those lotions and potions aren't as effective as they could be. We want to make sure that we're providing a clean surface for the products to work. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that we are washing our face, removing the dirt and grime. Even if you don't wear any makeup, if you walk around with glasses, they get dirty throughout the day. So they didn't get makeup on, they didn't wear anything, right? But our face gets that kind of dirt on it as well. And so we want to make sure we're washing our face at night, putting on a great moisturizer to work with it at night, and probably maybe, depending what you want to work with, adding some of your enhancers or boosters to your routine. So I do use the Time Wise Voluform Repair. Is there anybody else that uses some of those products as well? Patty, Linda, do you use any of those, the cleanser, or you're on the other cleanser now? We've gone back and forth. So, but you're going to get to hear from Linda tonight because Linda's got super sensitive skin, and you're going to hear about how some of these products have brought some great solutions to her. Stacy and Candy, do you either of you use any of the repair products?
I do.
Yeah.
I use the night cream and I use the wash.
Yeah, the cleanser. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love that we get to kind of customize to what works for us. I use the whole system. I love what those products do because it's great age fighting. in a simple system that's meant to work together. It's been tested like a recipe. So that is starting point number one. But then we're going to move on to what are some of our enhancers. So depending what your concerns are, we're going to talk about what you want to focus on. Now, there's a couple things on this screen we're not going to talk about tonight, but we are going to talk about the retinol. Because that is a great product for aging backwards, like reversing some of those signs of aging. It helps with both texture, firmness, fine lines, and wrinkles. So if you've got fine lines and wrinkles that you want to prevent all over, or use, have it in specific areas. Retinol is that gold standard. It's been used by dermatologists since like the 1960s as your overall age fighting cream. And what we really see is it allows you to get the benefits of not only texture, but uneven skin tone, the firmness, like the collagen boosting, and the fine lines and wrinkles. It does them all in one step. And you generally wear your retinol just at night. And this is a great little pump product that you bring out. And you put it on after you cleanse and before you do anything else. And really, one pump all an entire is all you need for your entire face. That whole pump I put on my hand would have been enough for my entire face and being able to do that. Okay. Linda, I know that you've used the retinol since we had our previous version. I will be honest with you, this new version, my skin loves. The other version, my skin didn't love quite as much. Now I know Candy was using the retinol point 0.5. She absolutely loved the other version, and she's just going to be getting started on this one as well. But Linda, with your super sensitive skin, what did you notice with the retinol and how it worked for you?
So I was real nervous at first to start it. And with the older system, you had to gradually build up like the use of the retinol because it was a zero 0.5 concentration. So your skin had to adjust to it. Once it did, I was just really nervous. And because I mean, my face gets like bright red and all this, but as I used it, my that's like one of my products I absolutely cannot go without because as you said, the texture, my skin is so smooth, especially when I wake up the next morning after using it, it's like, ooh, it feels so good. But it does. And I don't know how to explain it, but just changes the way your skin looks. And I like the change.
Yeah, it makes all your other products work more effectively because it's
Mhm.
helping with the skin, the cellular turnover. That's what retinol does is it helps release that top layer of dead, dry skin and help with the cell turnover. So your makeup, when you put it on the next morning, goes on smoother, or like you said, your skin feels smoother. That's what a retinol product does, plus some of those other benefits. So I love that you, with your really sensitive skin, can use it. And the new one, you really can use it every day from day one. Now, I will again say, just like a medication, you could take it and it might work really well for you. I take it, it doesn't work quite so well for me. Everybody's results are different, but I have found that my skin loves this about 3 times a week. I'm on an every other day routine is really where my skin it's this sweet spot. So, not everything that we're talking about is something that you do every day or morning and night. Only at night for retinol, and you could do it as often as 1 to 7 times a week. Okay, you can do it every day, but find what fits for your skin. And then we're going to come back to this screen in a minute because we're going to talk a little bit more about wrinkles down here in this dynamic wrinkle limiter. But I want to hop over to something I think partners really, really well with the retinol, and that is our Barrier Restore 113. And this is for anyone that has like a damaged skin barrier, meaning the barrier of your skin, think about it like a brick wall. It would start out like this, right? But over time it breaks and the barrier gets broken and things can get through. This is building that back up. The 113, what it stands for is the same lipid complex that your skin naturally has on it. So it's the combination of lipids, one to three, like 3 parts, right? That is this product has. And this is great for reducing redness, improving texture, dry skin, stress skin, damaged skin barrier. So I'm going to tell a little bit what I have noticed with this. I know Linda's got something, and we've got Linda's before and after to show to you. So have you guys both tried this? I know Candy, you say you're using it. Did you try it? I'm going to let you try it if you haven't. I can't remember. Did you say you've tried it?
The Barrier Restore, like I always had like dry skin on my forehead, and since I've been using that, I put the barrier cream on and then I put my moisturizer on top. I hardly I used to go like this and flakes would fall. There's no flakes.
Yeah.
There's no flakes. It like really helped. It just my forehead.
Yeah. It
But
helped
yeah,
with
it
that
really
damaged skin
helped that
barrier.
retain the moisture that it's not
Yeah.
dry.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Mhm.
sometimes, like, I would not have thought like I would need a barrier restore. But I had one little area on my nose that just peeled, peeled, peeled. If you've ever had an area that just doesn't heal, you know what I mean. It wasn't open, it wasn't a sore, it just would constantly re-peel, re-peel. And most of the good news is I could hide it behind my glasses most of the time. But since the barrier restore has come out, and using that, that area has improved. It's not there, and I don't have that peeling area. It wasn't even flaking, it literally was just peeling. But the reason I wanted to talk about this next is also it's a great partner to go with the retinol, because here you're doing that cell turnover, regeneration, and it's really a type of exfoliant on your skin with the retinol. Then you help that rebuilding process right away with the barrier restore. So whenever I put retinol on at night, my barrier restore is applied on top of it. So these two partner together really, really well. That's the combination that I love. But then you can use the barrier restore morning, night, every single day. You get to determine how you put that into your routine. I now don't use it every day. I just use it, maybe every other day or when I'm doing the retinol because that area has healed. But I know that many people are using it every day. And that's the beauty of having a personal beauty advisor like your beauty consultant is they get to help you find out what works. You can ask us questions and we can give a guide to you. You're not walking into those big box stores where maybe a young teenager's coming up to help you and she doesn't know all the product lines in that store. She can't. It's overwhelming, right? But we can help you to put together the solutions and the steps that work for you and kind of customize a little bit of your routine. But Linda, I know you too have a great result from that product that you want to share. And I'm going to pop over to your before and after so that they can see that. But you can see that pink area of her cheeks, and both of these are without makeup. Don't you want to look like Linda? And when we grow up, we want to look like Linda. Her skin looks absolutely amazing. But you can see here that, the pink in her cheeks. And you can see here again, no makeup. And that is cleared after a couple weeks. But Linda, tell them about your result as well.
Okay, the pictures did not pop up. You're still in the skin enhancers.
Oh,
Um, huh.
My
that's
before and
weird.
after didn't pop up on my end.
Okay, let me go back. Anybody up? Patty, are you seeing it? Oh, sad. I'll post it in the comments on YouTube. We can see it.
Yeah, we can. It looks great.
Oh, but I never even knew what a barrier thing was on my skin. It's like I never knew why my skin was so sensitive and why even some of the products that I would try, especially like in the repair line, my skin would just sting and burn from that. So I had to, sort of back it off and use, some more of the gentler products that we have. And when this came out, it's like, huh. So I wanted to try this because they said it was for like sensitive skin and it would take away redness. And by golly, it does. And, even some of the makeup that I would use would sort of irritate my skin, but it is doing really well now. There you go. Now I can see it. But right in here, I just thought that's just because my mom's cheeks were really red. And I just thought, well, that's just the way mom looks. That's the way I looked. But after using this, and I could start seeing results after about 2 weeks, that it started to, the redness started to go away. And I read in the description of our products, product description sheets that it's like a blanket. It feels like a blanket going over your skin. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what it feels like. So I highly recommend for you to try this if you have like that, the redness, or as the other ladies had as well, that flaky, dry, overly dry skin. I highly recommend this.
Yeah, thank you, Linda. I love seeing your result because you can see the difference very clearly. I'm glad the before and afters popped up for you now. So thank you for sharing that. And do you ever partner it with the retinol, or do you just put it on the next morning after retinol?
I do usually put it on. I use this every night, day
Hmm.
and night. I use it 2 times a day.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, but yes, I do use it with retinol as well.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you so much for sharing. And Candy, did you have anything else you wanted to share for the Barrier Restore?
No, I mean, it does make a big difference
Yeah.
on your skin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And you also like Candy's skin is amazing too. Like, I want to age as well as these gals. So, it's so fun to see that how well these products work, and being able to do that. So before I go back, this is the before and after, and we're gonna talk about our last product for tonight. And it's a little hard to see on this. I feel like it's a little smaller. Maybe if I drag it over. Now I'm in the words, but I don't know why. But you can see here my little crow's feet here around my eye area, and you can see a couple weeks after using the dynamic wrinkle limiter, the reduction in those. Now, ignore the bag. I still have a little bit of the bags under my eyes, but it really did help to get rid of these crow's feet out here for me. And I still can see that today, that area is just really, really smooth. And that is from the dynamic wrinkle limiter that came out last fall. And this was about a month's worth of usage. Linda's got the tube there for you so you can see what that looks like. And I'll go back to this one and blow it back up so you can see it a little bit more maybe. But this one is kind of for those expression lines. And if you think about it, it would go wherever you would be doing those wrinkle relaxing injections. So you get results without the needle. So typically forehead and in here are the areas where most of that would be used, but it can also be used in this area because it's not quite as dynamic. They do say it's not as, may not be as effective around the lip area. And we're going to talk about the product I use there next week for our deep wrinkle filler for around the lip area and things. But the dynamic wrinkle one is really great. Foreheads, those laugh lines or 11 lines as people have up here and around that eye area. And what it does, it has an ingredient in it called electric daisy. It is a plant-based product, but that product is one of the same ingredients, that and another one that is in the injectables, that you can get in a med spa, but in this version that you put on like a lotion. And so it's got that needle point kind of tip. You can squeeze out just a little bit and use it in those areas. And again, morning and night, I do use it both, to get the greatest benefit from that. It's not an immediate use product. You do need to use it consistently, but with consistent use, you can see the results. So, and Linda, yeah, that's about enough that you would need to kind of fill in, any little fine lines and wrinkles along the forehead or along that. And I just kind of stipple it and kind of blend it on. Your retinol, you will do one full pump and kind of blend that all over in like a lotion. And same with your Barrier Restore, one pump, and that's generally maybe sometimes two, but one pump, and you put it all over your face like a lotion for those particular areas. So those are our highlights and our enhancers for tonight, the ones that we were covering. And we've got some fun specials on those. So reach out to your consultant to find out what her specials are on those products for you for this month. And I hope that tells you how to incorporate them into your routine and what they have done for my routine. I definitely have more radiance to my skin since adding these to my routine. You can kind of see that light reflection coming in. The light tonight being not in my office is actually really good for kind of showing that. But that radiance to my skin, because it is fresher skin that has that cell turnover that happens faster, and it helps with that. It has continued to curb a lot of, fine lines and wrinkles that they're not developing in other places from that. So the retinol, barrier restore, and the wrinkle limiter were tonight's features. Come back and see us the next 2 weeks. We'll be talking a little bit more about those. So if you're on the YouTube, you have questions, put it in the chat. We'll be sure to answer those. I'll update all my information. So you can reach out to me if you're one of my clients, or if you're watching this through your consultant, of course, reach out to her and she can help you get connected to the right things for your routine. So thanks so much for tuning in tonight. We're grateful you were here. Share this with a girlfriend, and